Did you notice that there's so many prices out there for the exact same room?
I know. I've been asking this a lot lately, but this is what it really means. The same hotel room can have up to 10 different prices across the internet. So even if you spend a lot of time looking around, chances are that it's still out there for a better price. So make one last check before you book. The Trivago check. Trivago compares prices from over 150 websites to make sure you find your ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
Well, the Philadelphia Police Department is investigating one of its own tonight after a photograph surfaced online of an officer with a controversial tattoo on his forearm. In fact, the mayor is calling that tattoo incredibly offensive, especially to veterans and victims of the Holocaust. And tonight, some are demanding that that officer be fired. Action News reporter Dan Cuellar is live from police headquarters with the story. Dan.
Rick, the officer under fire is a 17-year veteran of the department who the FOP says has never been in any trouble. But the department says he is now the subject of an internal affairs investigation over what some allege is a Nazi-style tattoo on his arm.
The officer has been identified as Ian Hans Lichterman. During a protest rally at the Democratic National Convention, a member of the Philadelphia Coalition for Real Justice snapped this image of him. It shows a tattoo of an eagle with the word fatherland over it, an image the group claims is a Nazi insignia.
This symbol is a very clear, it's not like just generic symbol of Germany. It's specifically the time around the Nazi era.
The group is demanding the officer be fired.
The officer should be removed immediately. He shouldn't be paid while he's being investigated.
The police administration says the matter is under review.
Again, something we have to be mindful of. At no point in time does the department condone anything that would be interpreted as offensive, interpreted as hateful, or as being discriminatory in any form or fashion.
And tonight, Mayor Jim Kenney says if the symbol turns out to be what is alleged, that would be very offensive.
If in fact that's what it is, it's a disturbing visual. That is a symbol of what people in World War II fought against. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see where it turns out.
But Philadelphia FOP President John McNesby says the officer, who is of German heritage, was just trying to show his pride in the German-American Police Association, which he says uses a similar symbol, which he provided for us to see.
He's a military veteran. He's a father. He's a great cop. On the other arm, he has a tattoo of an American flag. Is that offensive? If he had a Black Panther on his chest or his back or his leg, would that be offensive?
McNesby says Officer Lichterman has an exemplary record with the department with no disciplinary action ever taken against him.
And now he's being crucified. His family's being crucified. He had to change his phone number over a tattoo that he's had for over a decade. Stop it. Come on.
As Internal Affairs conducts its investigation, McNesby says the FOP will be there to defend the officer from now until the very end, however long that may take. At police headquarters, I'm Dan Cuellar, Channel 6. Action News. Rick?
All right, Dan, thank you.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When discussing police in America, the comparison of Nazi Germany is an oft-present sentiment. While the actions of certain police officers certainly mimic or resemble Nazi-esque behavior, the comparison is easy to dismiss in conversation by those who don't follow police accountability too closely. However, a particular cop in Philadelphia, and his ridiculously poor choice in body art, helps to remove that doubt. Reductio ad Hitlerum, also argumentum ad Hitlerum, is a humorous observation where someone compares an opponent's views with those that would be held by Hitler or the Nazi Party. This comparison is often entirely inapplicable in most conversations in which it is used. Godwin's law is another adage asserting that as an online discussion grows longer, the probability of a comparison involving Nazism or Hitler approaches. That is, if an online discussion, regardless of topic or scope, goes on long enough, sooner or later someone will compare someone or something to Hitler or Nazism. Again, the majority of the time this comparison is used, it is usually inapplicable. Calling some police officers Nazis is not too far-fetched in modern-day America. All too often, we see people beaten down, tortured, or even killed over something as trivial as a cop demanding ID, "See your papers please." Or, rather, "Ear papier, bit." However, again, it is not 100% accurate. But when a cop actually tattoos their own skin with Nazi propaganda, all doubt is removed. A photo posted to Facebook this week happens to show a cop with Nazi propaganda tattooed on his forearm. The cop, identified as Ian Hans Lichterman by Evan Matthews, who took the photos, has a rather unsettling tattoo that is undeniably Nazi. Second, only to the swastika, the party Adler eagle was used as the Nazi party emblem. And it happens to be permanently inked into Lichterman's left forearm with the word Fatherland over it. During the Third Reich, Fatherland was used to describe the country of Germany. The post has caused a firestorm of outrage online, prompting the public to demand action from the Philadelphia Police Department. In a separate Facebook post on Thursday, Matthews said he filed an official complaint against Lichterman, claiming that the mere decision to get this tattoo and choose his profession disperses any faith in Officer Lichterman's ability to do his job in a non-oppressive/racist manner. According to PhillyMag.com, Instagram and Flickr allegedly owned by Lichterman have recently been removed, though many of those photographs are still online, including several of his dogs, Gunny and Rommel. Erwin Johannes Eugen Rommel, popularly known as the Desert Fox, was a senior German army officer during World War II. Seems legit. Twitter quickly blew up with users questioning the department's choice to hire a man with a Nazi tattoo. If you ask his cop buddies, however, they see nothing wrong with Nazi symbols being tattooed on their officers. John McNesby, head of Philly's Fraternal Order of Police, told Philly.com, "I've seen it. It's an eagle. Not a big deal. We tend to disagree. One does not permanently engrave on their body a symbol representing of one of the most murderous regimes in the history of the world, and think it's not a big deal." The very idea that the head of the police union would so easily dismiss the fact that an officer has a Nazi tattoo is a telling sign of the mentality of Philly police. When the Philly PD was made aware of the complaints, they pretended as if they've never seen the tattoo, and issued the following statement below: "The Philadelphia Police Department is aware of the image being displayed and circulated on social media. The post and photograph of the officer with tattoos displayed on his forearms was brought to our attention this morning, and we have forwarded it to Internal Affairs for review. Currently, the department does not have a specific policy regarding the wearing/displaying of tattoos. However, the department will quickly move to assess and determine the appropriate policy moving forward. The department does not condone anything that can be interpreted as offensive, hateful or discriminatory in any form. This is a very sensitive topic for both the citizens that we serve as well as the officers providing service to the public. We must ensure that all constitutional rights are adhered to while at the same time ensuring public safety and public trust aren't negatively impacted. When cops can be hired, who are openly displaying a symbol of tyranny, oppression, and genocide, something is very wrong." Read more at http://thefreethoughtproject.com/philly-cop-nazi-tattoo/#SSJE1FQ3mlit8b.99